We're here with Cobber men's soccer coach Ben Schneweis as he prepares for his second week of action. Pretty good week in the first week. You went up to Duluth and split a couple of games up there against quality Wisconsin opponents. You lost 4-0 to Whitewater, who suddenly creeped into the national rankings.
Yeah.
And then you beat UW Superior, who's always a tough physical team.
Yeah.
And then you came back home opener on Tuesday, and you beat Morris.
Right.
Let's talk about the weekend.
Right.
What were you happy? What were you most excited about with the team and how they played in those first two games?
Well, I think that the biggest thing that we took away was the response from Saturday to Sunday, the improvement from Saturday to Sunday. And we've been talking from the very start, can we get better every day in practice? Can we get better with every half and every game? Can we continue to make improvements as a group? And Saturday, Whitewater came out and they punched us in the mouth. They were ready to play, and they play pretty direct and play for those long throws, and we didn't defend it very well. We didn't play as hard as we needed to in front of our own goal. We didn't defend with enough pride, and so we challenged, my assistant Jim and I challenged them for the next game to respond to that, to come out and be harder and tackle harder and fight harder in those challenges, and we did that for 90 minutes. And so we came out prepared, and I think Superior caught them off guard because we came out and took it to them physically. We're more organized than we were than the day before, and came out and scored a good goal 10 minutes in and defended and tried to counter out over and over again. And fortunately, the boys played really well for 90 minutes. And I think, in my opinion, their hard work was, the result was a deserving result, based on their hard work, for that 90 minutes.
Two players got recognition on the all-tournament team. We'll talk a little bit about both of them. First, Christian Ryersgård.
Yeah.
Fans were used to last year seeing him kind of in the middle of the park to the back end. Now he's suddenly moved up top. What qualities does he bring to the front line for you?
Well, I keep telling Christian he's a monster. He's a big boy. He's big. He's strong. He's physical. He can hold the ball for us. So the way we want to try to play, we need a target forward who can move off the ball, but who can hold it for one or two touches, and then we can get underneath and we can go and play. And he's done that really well. He's continuing to learn how to play that position. Obviously, coming from the middle of midfield as more of a holding midfielder last year, he's really learning how to do that and do that well. And he's starting to connect more passes and combine. The goal we scored was a combination, him and Jared Rice. We play up to Christian, and he plays out, and we go forward again. So, I'm pleased with the progress he's made. I'm really pleased that he's got a couple of goals in a couple of games, get his confidence going. We need him to keep scoring goals. He's going to be a big part of us being successful because we need him to put the ball in the back of the net.
And then on the back end of things, newcomer to the Cobbers, Brett Wegleitner, one of the central defenders. What does he add to that core of defense that you have?
First of all, he's a tremendous athlete. He covers tons of ground. He's very physical. He's very strong, very fit. And Brett is very calm in the back. So having not played a lot of center back, has stepped in and learned how to do it, but also just gone and played. So he's learning it as much as he can each day, putting it to practice, when he steps on the field. But he's a great natural leader back there, and I think his ability, soccer-wise, but also just athletic ability, certainly helps him to be successful. And he covers ground really well. He makes good decisions with the ball. He communicates with the guys around him, and he has absolutely steadily improved, since the day he got here. And I think we're excited about, if he's there now, 2 weeks into the season, where can he be in another month? He's going to be a real good player for us.
Then you come back home, you only have 1 day of rest, and you have to go out and face Morris team.
Yeah.
It was down a little bit because they graduated. They were the UMAC tournament champions, went to the NCAA tournament last year. They graduated a core of that team. But you still had to go out and play. First 45 minutes didn't go so well, but then you stepped up in the second half. What did you say to the team at halftime to challenge them to get ready to play in that second half?
Well, it was very clear that we were tired from Sunday's battle. We fought really hard against Superior, and down a man for 20 minutes against Superior, that we fought even harder. And so to come back with just 1 day of rest where we had to train to try to get ready for Morris, the guys were physically drained and not quite where we needed them to be ready to play. And so fortunately we played well enough to not give up any goals, and we were really, really fortunate to be up 2-0 at halftime. A couple of lucky goals. Certainly credit to Olivier and Bobby for doing what they did to be in the right place, to to put the ball in the back of the net, but the way that it happened, certainly not. I don't think we're going to score a lot of goals in those kinds of situations. So fortunate to be up 2-0, but looking at the half as a whole, just in terms of our performance, we just said to the team that that's not good enough. If we really want to try to climb out of the spot we're picked in the MIAC, we've got to be more mentally prepared and focused to play. No matter how tired we are, no matter how many games we've played, in how many days, we've got to come out and be more prepared to play. Because if we were playing one of the top teams in our league, it wouldn't have gone that way. So we're fortunate to get the result that we did. But I think our guys have learned that we have to be more prepared. And when we're tired, we gotta think through the game a little bit more than we do when we're just ready to play. When we're not tired, so we got to communicate better. We've got to work together more. We've got to let our mouths do the work instead of letting our bodies. We got to keep that communication up, and hopefully we've learned that lesson. But we'll see how we go this weekend. 2 more tough games against tough opponents. So I'm excited to get out there tomorrow and see what we can do against Scholastica.
You talk about this weekend. You only have a couple days of rest. Then you have to go against the St. Scholastica team, who's always the top of that UMAC conference right now. They're regionally ranked. A quality opponent that it's the type of opponent you're going to face in the MIC.
Right.
What are you going to have to do to be successful against Scholastica as well as Wartburg? And you face them on Sunday, who's a perennial power in that IAC.
Right. We're going to go back to our formula. We've seen Scholastica play a little bit. We saw them when we were out in Duluth, and they're a good team with dangerous players. And so we're going to have to be organized. We're going to have to communicate and defend as a group. We have to defend together. We have to be mentally focused and ready to be able to defend together. We can't just step out and do it as individuals. We have to work as a group, as a unit, to defend and then get forward the way that we've tried to teach our guys to get forward. How can we combine once we win the ball? How can we get in behind once we win the ball? And I think that we have a formula in place, and we've proven that it can be successful. We're going to have to continue to work in those moments where we're a little bit tired, and that's going to happen against good teams because they're going to press us, and it's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to work through those tough moments in games to stay organized and keep the communication level up so that we can defend really well, and then we can break out and score goals.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.